Konnichiwa reviews. OldClassicGamer here, making another Pac-Man related video while playing Pac-Man World 1 for the PlayStation 1. One of the best Pac-Man games ever. If not the best one, but maybe Pac-Man World 3 is a bit better. Well, not as a Pac-Man game, but maybe as a World Trilogy game by the gameplay and stuff. But as a Pac-Man game, Pac-Man World 1 is the best. So yeah, enjoy the gameplay. I'm gonna discuss about Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures again. This time it's about the release date. It has been announced to be October 29th, and it's coming for the PC, PS3, 360 and the Wii U. What am I gonna talk is, don't buy that game when it comes out. Don't go in store and don't buy the game. Instead, go on Steam, Xbox Live or PlayStation Network, any of those platforms, and buy Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus. That way, we're gonna make Namco realize that we don't want Ghostly Adventures to become the main universe for all the future Pac-Man games. No, Ghostly Adventures must be forgotten in like 2 or 3 years, just like Bomberman Act Zero and Sonic 06. I mean, just look at how those games ended up. The sales were terrible, people hated how they tried to reboot the franchises, and Hudson and Sega realized that people don't want that, so Hudson continued making a regular Bomberman games, but I think the damage has been done already since they went bankrupt later, and Sega continued making a good Sonic games even to this day. They're making Lost World. It looks awesome. So Namco must realize the same thing, and we are gonna do it by buying the good Pac-Man game on the release date of a bad one. So if you already have the game, and if you're a true Pac-Man fan, you're gonna support this idea and go on some other. For example, if you have PlayStation Network version, go on Steam, because all people have PCs, so go on Steam and buy the game on the release date of Ghostly Adventures, just to show that you don't want Pac-Man to turn out into this modern garbage. I mean, from all the changes, let's recap this again. What franchises had changes? Sonic the Hedgehog had a change ever since Sonic Adventure 1. He changed the appearance and the games were in 3D. So, let's see, his personality, same cool Hedgehog like before, with good attitude, cheesy jokes, and yeah, it's just awesome. I mean, I don't care if he's taller or has green lenses, well, of course he's gonna change. He became older, it's still the same character. He got older than the modern Sonic is older than classic Sonic, of course, and for the lenses, well, maybe he has bad eyesight, so he had to get ones. So yeah, because lenses are cooler than glasses, and Sonic is supposed to be cool. Let's see another change. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot evolved from a regular Bandicoot mutated to I would say teen who now wants to be cool, so he got tattoos and stuff like that. So the personality was still same, but instead of being mute, he a little bit evolved, so he became gibberish. But, well, that's of course normal since he's older. He's still not smart as Coco, because the mutation was probably different, but he's still the personality same. He still wants to save the world from Dr. Cortex, so yeah, the character not ruined. The physical appearance changed, but that's the least important thing. The personality is what matters, so yeah, personality not ruined. Now, let's see more. Spyro. Spyro, okay, the Spyro from the classic series was a very good baby dragon who was saving his dragon friends, the eggs and stuff like that, from the villains. Later on, he became a little bit greedy in the later classics, like Enter the Dragonfly and Hero's Tale. Then in the reboot, Legend of Spyro, he changed personality a little bit, but that's because it is a complete reboot, while Sonic and Crash were just sequels, while Legend of Spyro was a reboot. But still, the base of personality and the age was the same thing, so it's not damaged that much, and plus the games had good story. The gameplay was a little bit repetitive, but I don't hate the franchise, the Legend trilogy. Okay, now let's see Skylanders. Skylanders had one of the most hated character designs ever for Spyro, but let's look at the personality. The personality of Skylanders Spyro, okay, well, Skylanders don't have that much of a personality to begin with, because there's just too many of them, so character development was not really possible that much. If the TV series ever gets created, that will probably get improved, but from what we have, he's still the same dragon who fights evil and helps friends. And plus, he has a cool voice, and he reminds me of the classic times, especially the 3DS version. The 3DS version of Skylanders is the best. It's the closest thing we will ever get to the PlayStation 1 games, so yeah, nothing damaged, character design doesn't matter, good personality and stuff like that. So yeah, now we come to Mega Man. Okay, Mega Man also good personality, always the 8-bit style, the transition from the 8-bit to 16-bit and the PlayStation 1 was good for the classic Mega Man. Then we have Mega Man X. Mega Man X is a different model of Mega Man. I personally believe it's an upgraded version of classic Mega Man, which explains why in the X series there is no classic Mega Man. I think that basically Dr. Light upgraded the regular Mega Man into the Mega Man X, but that's just my theory, it was never confirmed, but still, he was older, he looked older, like the regular Mega Man is like a kid or something. The Mega Man X is like a teen, in my opinion, when I see his look, so yeah, it evolved, got older, personality and character development, everything is improved, so good thing. And now we come to Pac-Man. Pac-Man used to be a family man who was caring for the other family members while protecting them from ghosts, rescuing them, and yeah, basically he was cool, and I don't know, there was just something about his appearance. He never talked too much except for Pac-Man World 3, but still, he didn't need to talk that much. You just see him and you know how awesome is he. So yeah, that's what I call a good character, and when they establish something like that, I don't know how could they possibly went from that to a whiny 8-year-old brat. Like, if you see the Ghost Adventures, like, they ruined the personality completely, they ruined the characters, ruined the universe, and they turn into a Star Wars ripoff. I mean, honestly, the plot of the Ghost Adventures is nothing like but a Star Wars ripoff. Like, get original Namco, the original Pac-Man games, the Pac-Man World games. Okay, the original ones didn't even have a plot; it's just basically a maze game. But Pac-Man World trilogy really had great ideas, and I don't know, it was just a regular platformer like Mario and Sonic, but still, it had its own charm, in my opinion, and it's definitely a great game. But they ruined this with Ghost Adventures. Okay, every company has a downfall at some point. Hudson and Sega were the examples. Sega basically later got back to track when they got it right with Sonic Unleashed, and later improved in colors and generations after the downfall of Sonic 06. So yeah, they got it right. Hudson tried their best to keep Bomberman the way he was until they went bankrupt, so I still appreciate what they tried later on. So Namco now must do the same. They must realize that Ghost Adventures is a fail idea, Star Wars ripoff, the characters are terrible, not the design, but their personality. The gameplay is dumbed down version of Pac-Man World 1 made for kiddies, and they need to change that. I mean, honestly, I can't believe what they did to Pac-Man. So, people, please, if you're a Pac-Man fan like me, go buy Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus on Pac-Man and the Ghost Adventures release date. Boycott that game, don't buy it, and make Namco realize that we, fans, want. We can do this together. We're gonna help Pac-Man go back to the original roots, like he was in Pac. We need Pac-Man World 4. honestly, we need Pac-Man World 4. That's the only thing that can save the franchise now. If Pac-Man World 4 doesn't happen, the franchise is going to basically get worse than Crash. Like, people treat new Crash games badly, and we haven't seen a new Crash game in like since 2010, 3 years, and even further if we just count the main consoles and not the iPhone games. So yeah, you see what happened. The fans didn't like it, but Crash was good in my opinion. The newer games, I liked them, but some people didn't. So that's why video games should not have drastic changes, because that way the companies are risking losing fans. Now, this Pac-Man idea, I hate it. I usually don't mind the changes in video games that much, but this idea I hate it because they changed his age, they gave him stupid voice, and honestly everything about the plot and the gameplay is terrible. What else? Oh yeah, the release date, October 29th. Don't buy the game, buy Championship Edition DX. And one interesting thing, the game is coming out only in America, Europe and Australia. There is no Japanese release. That's telling you something, people. Japanese don't want this crap. They didn't even like the Pac-Man World 3 for some reason, so if they didn't like that, of course they're not gonna like this shit. So yeah, you see, there is something wrong if a game made by a Japanese company is not getting released in Japan. You know that's something wrong. This idea was not even for this Pac-Man design and the universe. It wasn't even pitched by a Japanese person. The Americans did this to Pac-Man. They ruined his personality, they gave the story a Star Wars rip-off feel, and they ruined everything for it. The Japanese never approved this, and honestly, they're smart. They have a good taste in video games. They keep the things basic. Just look at the Nintendo. They never try to change Mario drastically, and that's why Mario is so successful. Sonic team is also never drastically changing Sonic. They're keeping the formula more or less same. They're improving and trying. Boost to win is a little bad concept, but I think that has been a little bit reduced with Sonic Lost World. They're getting on the better. They're getting better and better. Sonic Lost World is a good direction. Nintendo getting Mario 3D World. I mean, honestly, the idea is genius. I wish there was online, but still, they're eventually gonna do it in future games, I'm sure. But the 4 players at the same time in the 3D Mario game, genius idea. I love it. So yeah, if the game by a Japanese company is not coming in Japan, you know something is wrong with it. Don't support the Ghostly Adventures. Buy Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus on Steam, PlayStation Network, any platform, Xbox Live, I don't care. Just support that on the release date. It's important that it's on the release date of the Ghostly Adventures, so Namco realized that nobody started buying the game and that they want the old Pac-Man and stuff. If there was a good 3D Pac-Man game coming that is already out, I would suggest you buy that, but since Championship Edition DX Plus is the closest thing to a game that we want, we're gonna have to buy in that one. I mean, the Maze games are good, but they're just okay. They released the Championship Edition DX Plus. Now it's time a little bit for now it's time for break from Maze games, and they're supposed to release a 3D game, but a good one. So after Ghost Adventures, they need to release Pac-Man World 4 and release it worldwide. Japanese are gonna love it. Americans are gonna love it. Everybody's gonna love it. Everyone is gonna be happy. Just get rid of the Ghost Adventures. Cancel the TV show or keep it as a TV show. Just don't bring that into games. Okay? Well, that's it for this video. So remember, support it, please. And yeah, sayonara.